I'm Alex.
And I'm Teddy.
And I'm Spencer.
And we are
The Button Mappers.
Hey, the Button Mappers. Welcome to the Button Mappers, where I have a very important question, everybody.
What's your question,
What is-
Alex?
What is Sonic's favorite season?
Does it have anything to do with Spencer?
No.
Then I don't know.
Spring! Come on, spring! Get it?
Because he bounces on the spring.
Because he jumps on... Okay, I pulled up a really shitty video game joke website, and that's the best I could find.
Way to go, Alex, video game elder.
The gaming elders.
All right.
Guys, we have a guest today. Very special guest to me. It's my girlfriend.
Hi.
Hi, girlfriend.
Hi, Teddy's girlfriend.
Hi, Teddy's girlfriend.
Teddy's girlfriend. Yeah.
Yeah. This is Chantal, and I'm happy she joined us today.
Happy to be here.
Fight team.
I'm happy to be here too.
We weren't talking to you.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Well, it's game talk, so I'm always down for game talk.
Right.
Right.
It's the best
Alex is
show.
always a special guest on our show that he
It's the-
runs with me and Spencer. Yes.
Still
the
trying
best
to forget that spring joke. Like, I'm trying to...
It's good. It's a good
I
joke.
thought it was good.
Thank you.
I had the right answer. I just didn't say it.
Yeah.
Same. That was very obvious, and I was hoping you'd come up with something better.
You should have said it.
Next time.
Okay, do you guys want another joke? I can give you another joke.
All right.
Hit me with a better one. Come on.
Okay, what happens when you cross Sonic the Hedgehog with Curious George?
Wait. Just say it. You get Sonic Jones.
Too fast, too curious.
Oh,
I
like that one.
I can't believe
that was good.
it was.
That was good.
Yeah. Guys, we got like 400 questions today.
That's awesome. And
Ask away.
we technically didn't miss one, but VG Mashup just came a little late to the recording party. Speaking of which, we are looking forward to having him on in a soon-to-be episode. He has confirmed that he would like to join us, so
Woo.
I know that's going to be exciting. He did ask us a question in the meantime that came up on the Game Talk where Spencer got trashed by Alex's guest. And it has nothing to do with that. But I just thought I would bring that up.
Hey, DZ was also my guest, so I just wanted to let you know.
Yeah, he was a much kinder, soul. I'm looking at the wrong question. Here we go. What is your favorite new IP that was introduced this generation? Alex, we'll start with you.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Well, what was introduced this generation?
That's like I'm like trying to think like what games have come out that like aren't like sequels to things. I don't know.
And by this generation, is that like PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch?
There has to be something. I guess like Horizon Zero Dawn was a new thing. I like that game a lot. Yeah. So that's I guess that's what I'd pick then, because the rest of them are sequels.
That was phenomenal.
I'm
gonna go with Horizon Zero Dawn.
Sadly, I can't even say that because I didn't play it. Oh man, I don't want to drag you guys up. I can't even think of anything. I'm not that modern. I'm an old soul.
It's okay.
So just wait. If something comes to mind, I'll say it. The rest of the questions come from the appropriate game talk. So, but that's a good question. VG Mashup.
I think that's also. I think real quick, that's a condemnation on the current state of games that they're only it's very sequelitis focused.
That's
It's
a good
nice
point.
to get some new IPs.
Yeah. Although I think I'm like, the only one I could think of is like some indie stuff like Owlboy or Bloodstained.
yeah,
I guess you could say Bloodstained.
Damn it.
One. You know what?
I should've-
Ukulele. There you go. There it is. This ukulele.
I should have said
That's
it in the game.
That's my favorite IP.
Yeah.
So
You know, some people call ukulele banjo 3E. I don't know if you knew that.
I'd like to meet those people. In
No, you
person.
wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
And shake their
They don't
hands.
sound like very good people.
Okay, fair enough. I thought it was you. VG Mashup. VG Mashup continues with 2 more questions on the most recent Game Talk. Awesome, man. giving us questions. He says, "Will Mario, little imagination question to tickle your mind, go multi-platform within the next 10 years?" We'll start with that.
No. No.
I also say no. If you would have asked me like 4 or 5 years ago, I might have said yes, because the Wii U was kind of tanking. But the Switch is super popular. Nintendo has a ton load of money. I'd be respectful here. So I would definitely wager no. Mario's more successful than ever, if anything.
I presume that he means like on console besides Switch or whatever the Nintendo platforms are. Because he does clarify that it's made its way to mobile phones after all. In which case, yeah, it's already multi-platform. But I don't see the Mario Run as being like a hit success.
I assume they're meaning that it would be to a competitor or a former competitor.
Yeah, when I see other platforms, that's what I kind of.
I mean, if you're just saying literally another device, then okay.
Then ROMs have been out there forever,
Yeah.
Well, what's it called? Sony has given the rights for like Cloud to be in Smash Brothers or something like that.
That's Square.
That's Square. Okay, that's close,
Yeah.
but it's not quite there yet. Are there any like Sony, Microsoft things that have made their way to the Nintendo platforms?
Cuphead, which I should have said. Cuphead and Ori are both on Switch now, and those are both Microsoft games.
No, that was Ubisoft. Ubisoft
Ori?
owned it. Yeah.
Are you sure?
That wasn't. It was exclusive to Microsoft at a point, but
whatever. Well, Microsoft owns Cuphead. That's their game. And I guess Minecraft's also owned by Microsoft.
Yeah, they don't want to give up all that.
That's
money.
on everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I guess, to its credit, you could argue if they do it with Minecraft, maybe they should do it with Mario at some point. But
well, what a great
They don't have
segue,
to.
Spencer! Because
Oh.
Vici Mashup has a follow-up. Would you
Whoa.
still play Mario on a non-Nintendo platform?
Not if I have the choice to play it on the Nintendo platform. Like if I'm owning that current Nintendo platform, yeah.
I think I would.
I think I'm with you.
Could you imagine? Could
That'd
you
be so
imagine
cool.
it with like the Unreal Engine, Mario? like all
Mario
lit up
64
everything?
Unreal? Be Unreal.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's kind of like that weird feeling I get whenever I played Banjo on the Xbox One on like the Rare Replay, and I was like, "This is wrong," Like this feels bad. this isn't what it's supposed to be. I don't know.
Would you play Mario on the PS4?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. There you go. It's 3
You
versus
get
1.
a little crossover action.
Dad of War.
But put Mario in there with God of War.
Mario the Dragon.
There you go.
Gran Turismo Mario Kart Edition.
They already have Mario Andretti. Okay.
Thanks for questions, Mashup.
Yeah. And we're looking forward to you joining us on a
Yeah, I'm
future
gonna ask him
episode.
so many questions when he joins us.
Very cool. All right. Next up, we got DZD.
Yo.
Guest from last
Remember that guy?
time. Yeah, remember him? He was awesome. Liked having him on. If you could revitalize any dead game series in the form of a sequel, remake, etc., what would it be?
How long are we considering a series?
Question.
What do you mean, like installments, or like up to like the PS3 era? I guess.
Like, what if there were two games? Does that make it a series?
Sure. Oh, okay. I mean, it's up to you guys. I would be open to just like, like an IP.
I got two answers. Go ahead.
Can we rule out F-Zero? Because we know it's going to come up.
You should never rule out F-Zero. That's like the number one rule of the button mappers.
I mean, I rule out F-Zero as the default.
Spencer, I'm reconsidering co-hosting permissions.
All right, I got two answers.
Go ahead.
Chrono series. So we got Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross. So I'd love to explore Magus. Everybody wants to know what happened to Magus. What's going on with that guy? So there's that. And then also Knights of the Old Republic. I would like to see a 3 done in the vein of 1 and 2. So I want them to make it, but I also am terrified because BioWare, I think, still owns it, and I think they're a shit company now. So, but I would like to see a return from that series.
Alex, I haven't thought of anything yet.
Okami.
Nice.
I think I literally said that last time somebody asked about sequels I want. It's just Okami, man. I
Is it
want more Okami.
dead? Because they had the remake.
It was just a remaster. It was just like the old game shoveled out again.
It would be nice to see a third, though. I agree with you. I'm gonna throw a curveball, I guess, because I don't think it's like the series as a whole is dead, but like the mini series is dead. Is in Zelda, I really like the Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages games, and there's been no anything to do with them at all, like since then. You know, they did the Link's Awakening remake. They've done remakes of every 3D game except for up to Skyward Sword at this point. So I think it would be interesting to see some kind of Oracle of whatever, if it's a third one or if it's a remake of those games with like, you know, some kind of online functionality. You used to be able to like exchange your codes at the end.
Those ones are Capcom, right?
Yeah. So's Minish Cap.
Yeah. They make good Zelda games.
They really do. So I would like that.
Can I have Pikmin 4?
I was going to ask you, is Pikmin dead?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the last game was like 2012, so
In the Wii U?
No. That's not true.
or 2013, right? Sorry.
I think
No.
you're forgetting something.
No, that was the last Pikmin game.
No,
Pikmin
there
3
was another one.
Pikmin 3 was the last Pikmin.
No, there was another one.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
It has
We
an
don't count-
exclamation point.
we don't
you can't
count-
ignore it.
Chibi Robo Zip Blast. We don't count that.
fair enough.
Spencer, let's talk to us about Hey Pikmin.
No!
Let me tell you a story. There's
Alex,
a game called
close
Hey
your ears.
Pikmin. Could you imagine the excitement of Pikmin with the side-scrolling action of
Chibi
no other
Robo
game
Zip
that's ever come out?
Blast.
Chibi Robo Whiplash. I never played this game. I have no idea what it like. It's just Pikmin, but a side-scroller.
Yeah,
is like
imagine-
the worst idea.
Yeah, like imagine taking Pikmin and making it something it's not at all.
Imagine.
Imagine.
Can you imagine?
You know, and all the fans don't want it. Nobody wanted it.
Yeah, literally nobody wanted that.
Nobody wanted it.
Like I get innovating because there's an old saying from Henry Ford. He said if we gave people what they wanted, then we would have faster horses. Which I love that quote because it tells you that innovation sometimes is trying to think past what people want and maybe what they need or what they don't realize they want. But there has to be like an inkling of something that somebody wants. You still have to give somebody like kind of what they want and then like take it to a different level. Pikmin as a side scroller is what nobody wants. Like so clearly.
It's my banjo nuts and bolts. You know, so I get it.
Yeah.
That's not a Banjo 3.
No. No, that's saved for ukulele.
Yeah. Ukulele 3.
There it is. Uka 3E.
Poor babe. We got one more question. It comes from the bottom of a much welcome essay from a good friend of ours, Terry309.
I don't want to talk to Terry right now.
Dude, there's some drama with you guys.
Didn't you like his little fan fiction?
I did like his fan fiction, but man, he's issued me a challenge. He called me out.
It's okay, Alex. I'm gonna completely live stream the 1,000-Year Door on One Player Hangouts just so you can watch it. And you know what? I'm gonna do every subquest. Shit, I just set myself up.
Dude, I'd love to play that game.
Yeah, you're coming fresh off what is it? Super Mario RPG. So
Yeah, that'd be fun.
and he also gave a shout out to DZD for the wise words and kind words, I guess I should say. He said about 1,000-Year Door in the podcast, which was recorded prior to his comment. So I thought that was pretty cool. At the bottom of a hearty essay, he asks, "What is the most underrated, underappreciated game in your opinion?"
Oof.
Let me start with Chantal. Do you have any games that you think a lot of people don't know about? It could be like one that you play on the phone or something.
Well, I don't play that many games, but I like Cooking Mama.
I'm glad you
and
brought that up, by
Bang
the way.
Dream.
What is it called?
Bang Dream.
Bang Dream.
Yeah, it's a music rhythm game. It's a mobile game though. They don't have a console version. Yeah.
Did you play any like arcade games in Japan like during your time there, or anything like you get where you have to like play it in public?
Taiko, no, it's the drum one. I don't know what the title is in English, but it's like a rhythm game again, but you have drums, and then you just like
I've
drum it
seen
out.
those. Yeah,
I don't know what
I've
it's
seen
called.
those. Those are
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, I love that one.
I've seen that on the Switch too, and then you downloaded one on our Switch too. It's like a karaoke game.
Oh no, that's an actual karaoke system that they have in Japan. If you want to go and sing karaoke at an establishment, that's what they use. They just have it on the Switch now.
Do you remember
Which
what
is
it's?
awesome.
Do you remember what it's called?
It's called Joy Sounds.
Joy Sound, and you can
Yeah.
literally plug your USB mic in and start singing some songs.
Yeah, it is awesome, but it's very hard to play if you can't get an eShop card because you need to pay for your hours.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I've seen it with her. She's enjoyed it. I've enjoyed watching too, and I can't read the hiragana that fast. So, but
It's fun. If you speak Japanese and you love karaoke, you should do it.
they also
I
like
can't-
play the like popular Nintendo game footage in the background to like these dramatic Japanese songs like Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild.
Wow.
It's pretty fun to watch.
I can't sing or read Japanese. So.
Well, like, you've got a great opportunity now with the Nintendo Switch.
You can practice.
So thank you for the answers. That was pretty good.
It's good stuff. I have two.
Of course you do.
Wow, okay. I've got one. I apologize. I'm getting cut off here.
You can use you.
No, one of them is kind of a shit game, and I apologize for bringing it up, but
If you say
Battleborn.
Okay.
Yeah, it's shit.
Scared me.
Battleborn was amazingly good.
I liked Battleborn.
I loved it. I absolutely
Yeah.
loved it. And I'm a hardcore Dota player. Like, I play League of Legends fairly religiously. Have played for like 10 years. So I love the concept of the MOBA like style that Battleborn was. It just turned it into a first-person shooter, but it retained all the great qualities of it, and it was so good. It just unfortunately happened to come out at literally the exact same time
Overwatch.
as Overwatch,
Yeah.
and it got freaking destroyed.
I play both, and honestly, I prefer the character designs in Battleborn over the character designs in Overwatch.
Same. And I prefer the gameplay. I prefer everything. I love the RPG elements that they added. I love the customization. It does everything right. It just happened to come out against a juggernaut and disappeared.
Yeah, Blizzard.
My other one is a PS2 game called Stella Deus that literally nobody knows about or ever talks about. It's a really, really good tactics game. It's the only game that plays almost similarly to Final Fantasy Tactics that I actually enjoy. I'm more of a Fire Emblem type tactics game player. But this one it has like that, where like you can turn 4 different directions and height matters and all that stuff. But it's very smooth, and I love the RPG mechanics it has in it. And I think it's really, really underrated. It's by Atlas, out in the PS2 era. It is phenomenal, but yeah, nobody ever talked about it. It's great though.
Okay. I guess I'm next.
Yeah.
I guess so.
It's you.
Okay. I'm gonna pick a game from recent, PS4 game. You know what? Back whenever everybody was talking about like the 3D platformers making a big revival with the Crash games and everything like that, there was already a 3D platformer right under their noses. It was Tearaway. And I hear nobody ever talk about Tearaway, and I freaking love that game. It's like it was first a Vita game, now it's on PS4, and like the whole world's made out of like cardboard and paper, and it's really creative with the way that you like interact with the world, like as you play. fantastic game, really cute, really fun, and I wish they'd do another one.
The kids know about it though. Like, I mean, you know, in the podcast club that I'm running, one of the kids said that like he was gifted the game and he's been playing it, really enjoying
Tearaway?
it. So Tearaway.
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't really hear anybody talk about it. Well, that's really surprising to me. Fuck it then, Lost Planet then. Oh, you know what? Change my answer.
Nice. That's good. I don't know. I'm not that original this time because I'm just going to mention a game that, you know, I usually bring up here, but it's underappreciated in the States. In Japan, it's not underappreciated. There's been a lot of, you know, attention for it, but I really think the Dragon Warrior Monsters spin-off doesn't, you know, get the recognition it kind of deserves. I know, like, there's that DS title, but I think it's a really unique take on, like, the monster hunting and combining formula. I thought it was really cool that you could, like, combine monsters and make them into new monsters.
I played Pokemon.
This is better than Pokemon.
It's much. It's Dragon Quest.
I don't know. I haven't played it.
It's very personal to Spencer and I.
I love Dragon. I never played the Game Boy one, but I did play the DS ones, the Jokers, and I love the concept. It's so. I love that. I don't know. I don't remember. Does the Game Boy one have the skill trees for each character? Like you can upgrade them in certain ways when they level up.
No, it's a little primitive in that regard.
But either way, I like the way that its own take on the Dragon Quest formula.
The DS ones are a lot like Dragon Quest VIII in that regard, you know, of the skill tree aspect.
Yeah.
If you ever are interested, you can go on the Japanese Switch shop and download the Game Boy version. It's going to be in Japanese, but you don't really need to know too much. It's pretty, you know, straightforward, left, right, etc.
Gotcha.
Did you guys ever play Spectrobes?
No.
Yeah?
No.
I don't think anybody else did either. It's like a Disney Pokemon style game.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay.
It's a cute name.
Moving on.
Moving on to Game Talk. Welcome to Game Talk, where we talk about games. So first up, we have our boy Spencer.
All right, I'll kick us off. I've beaten this game twice that I'm about to talk about, and I'm not currently playing it. I am playing the sequel, which I've tried to play 3 times and have stopped for various reasons. Not to say it's a bad game, but right now I'm going through KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic 2. But I really want to talk about Knights of the Old Republic 1, which was released on the Xbox original. I don't know. I was about to call it the Xbox One. It was released
Makes sense, you know.
on the Xbox, which was a console.
Some might call it an Xbox 3. Wait, that's the
Knights of the Old Republic was like the first. I'm trying to think if there was an RPG before. There might have been like games with RPG elements, but it was really the first big Star Wars RPG. And it is my favorite game on the Xbox. No exception. Halo 2, I guess, bumps up there, but it's nowhere near as good as Knights of the Old Republic. Knights of the Old Republic, you get to play as a inconspicuous character who has quite the past that you don't know about, and becomes a Jedi Knight, and you get to experience all that, the training, becoming a Jedi, and then go to different planets. It introduced the light side, dark side system that a lot of games now implement, that where you can be like a good guy or a bad guy and make choices, and it gave you bonus points in either direction. Whether if you made a lot of good choices as a light side person, you learn more healing spells, more combat, like positive combat. Whereas dark side, you get force lightning, choke, a lot of those kinds of stuff, and it's rooted heavily in Dungeons and Dragons, which I am a huge proponent of. I love D&D. Been playing it for a long time. And it's made by BioWare, which obviously has an interesting history. I really hate that company now. I think they're absolute garbage. But back then, they were their own company, and they made really, really awesome games. This is before they were bought out by EA, which I believe ruins just about everybody. Respawn's been pretty clear of that. Good for them. Hopefully they stay that way. But Knights of the Old Republic, I highly, highly recommend to anybody, especially if you're a Star Wars fan. It's like living a dream of just enjoying Star Wars. It takes place thousands of years before anything ever happened in the trilogies. So you're away from all that nonsense. It gets to just tell its own story at a time when Jedis were pretty common, and the Mandalorians were a big deal. So I love the interconnection between them, and it's got one of the greatest plot twists in gaming. I absolutely love it. I don't want to ruin it for anybody that hasn't played it, even though it's been out for long enough that I think the spoiler should be lifted. But just in case you haven't, it's super, super phenomenal, and definitely worth a playthrough for anybody. So.
I agree. I am... sorry, I didn't want to cut you off.
Oh, no. I was just going to say it sounds like fun. That's it.
Okay. Sorry. I have a tendency to do that. Spencer, I agree with you. That game was phenomenal. I actually own that game on PC and on Xbox. And the sequel. You should really play the sequel.
Yeah, I'm playing through it right now, and there's no reason not to complete it. It's so good, and it's actually made by...
Obsidian, right?
Obsidian, who's a phenomenal company today. They make great games today, great RPGs. And I have no reason not to play it. I just... Things got in the way every time I tried to play it. It's a little curse. Actually, the first time I played it, I lost the game.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you got a little, history with it.
A little bit, yeah.
But no, like, vendetta. It's not like, I needed to finish this game.
It's kind of like if you played a game and you got halfway through and, like, your hard drive crashed or something, or you lost your save file, and it's like, I need time to go back. I'm not just going to jump back in and try to replay it.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah. But I think in a lot of ways, this game started off a lot of what we see today with the dialogue trees, where you, like, what is my character going to say? And you pick it, and then it, changes the dialogue.
If I recall, you don't like Mass Effect, right? Which is which is funny because they carried over a lot of the same mechanics.
They did
over to Mass Effect, yeah.
That's more of a shooting game though, and I don't like, especially Mass Effect 1. If I could get over the hump of Mass Effect 1, I probably would start liking Mass Effect 2 because I hear it's a lot cleaner.
It is.
It's just done a lot better. I don't want to jump into Mass Effect 2 without doing Mass Effect 1, and Mass Effect 1 is horrible, at least from the short time I played it. A very difficult time with it.
I'm like you. I'm a big pre-buyout BioWare fan. I love KOTOR, and I love Jade Empire, and Dragon Age Origins, and even though I think that might have been after the buyout.
But that was like right when it
Mass
happened.
Effect. Yeah,
those kinds of games are like right when it happened. You can still see the old BioWare in there.
Yeah, I think those games are still phenomenal. So yeah. KOTOR's great, and I love Star Wars. Spencer, I'm agreeing with you this episode.
This never happens.
Nothing but kindness.
That's all I got. It's a good game.
Do you think non-Star Wars fans can like it?
I think if you're going that route, you should probably just play Dragon Age Origins.
Yeah. And
you'll get what you want, what you would like out of Star Wars. Not to say it's bad, it's just that it's very, like, the Star Wars thing really pushes it, but I think probably Dragon Age does everything that game does, but better in its own way. So you might be better off with that, but if you even remotely know what Star Wars is or like it, you'll love Knights of the Old Republic. It's phenomenal.
Did you hear about the new, like, the High Republic stuff they're doing?
Why would they name it High Republic?
I don't know.
Does anybody, like, proofread that or maybe they read it out loud?
I don't know, maybe. I mean, I get, like, not wanting to associate it with the games.
But it sounds like Snoop Dogg came up with that or something. It's like a drug reference.
The High Republic.
Yeah, the High Republic. I can just, like, that's so stupid. I can't believe that.
I'm excited, though, for them to explore that world in some sort of, like, a cinematic fashion, though.
I was talking to my friend about this. I don't think that Star Wars, even the older Knights of the Old Republic era or that setting, is honestly that great. Like, it's kind of uninteresting, and it kind of reminds me of just the prequels.
Sorry.
That
hurt.
Yeah, same. Yeah, it kind of reminds you just of the prequels. Like, it's what makes it great is the writing.
Yeah.
What makes it great are the characters that they were able to make and the story they were able to tell. That's what makes it great. So just the fact that it exists again, is called the High Republic or whatever, to me is not a good sign, just because of everything else that they've done. But if they can make it, tell good stories, then I'm all for it. I just need to see one good story. I'm down.
No politics, please.
Please, Jesus, no. Don't talk about the Senate. Have people floating around in circles in a big building. Like
That was a kids' movies, right?
yeah, yeah. I vote for a vote of no confidence in Chancellor Valorum's leadership. Can you believe that's a line in a Star Wars movie? Oh my god.
It's the same series where Jar Jar Binks steps in poopy.
Yes.
Okay, I don't want to get on a tangent about Star Wars because I can go all
You guys
day
lost
forever.
me.
You
Sorry.
don't know Star Wars?
I've watched 1 through 6, and then 7, I guess, and that's about it.
Okay. Well,
I know of
the extended
Knights of the
lore.
Old Republic.
There's a
You know, I
lot.
think I used to watch my best friend play it. I just didn't have much interest. What platform did you play it on, Spence?
Well, I played it originally on the Xbox,
What about this time though?
playing on my PC.
You are playing on the PC, okay?
Yeah.
And
Which is actually
there's
better. I prefer that.
a Knights of the Republic 2. Is that's something that came out recently?
No, it came out like a couple years
Yeah.
later. Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah,
those
it came
are
out-
both from the same console generation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any news of it getting, some kind of remaster or sequel or anything?
It's been rumored for a long time that Knights of the Old Republic 3 is coming out. They made the Old Republic, the MMORPG, but it's fun, but it's not anywhere near anything of KOTOR. It's like doesn't touch it at all. I would love a KOTOR 3, but they've been rumored for a long time, and BioWare isn't the same company that they once were. So my
If
hopes are
anything,
pretty-
EA will just do a game called Knights of the Republic and charge us for every move we make or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Unless what's it called? I don't think they could, but if Obsidian could do it,
That'd be
great,
awesome.
but
Yeah.
I doubt it. I don't think they own anything with it, so probably not.
I mean, Disney likes money, so maybe they can make good choices. All right, Spencer, you're done.
Hey,
Oh,
We're
you did
moving
good.
on.
You did good. You didn't upset Alex. So,
Yeah, surprising.
Yeah.
it's better than that shitty Sonic game. I'll tell you that much.
We'll get there. Some might call it a long race to the finish line. Anyways, I'm up next. Yakuza. I'm playing Yakuza 6. It's the first Yakuza game I finished, but it's not the first one I started. I got into the Yakuza craze with Yakuza 0. I was actually just checking this morning or last night. My last save file for Yakuza 0 was like 2017. So it was one of those games that I started and then just put down. But I did enjoy my time with Yakuza 0. And then I bought Kiwami because it was, like $20. And I didn't quite get into the rest of like 2 or like the 3, 4, 5. But I got Yakuza 6. And namely because, the homie Bito Takeshi is featured in the game. He's one of my favorite Japanese actor, director, combinations, comedians. That guy, when I used to take like a film study course in college, his was like the film that I watched. I think it was not Hanabi. There's another one that I watched called Kikujiro, where he plays like a father figure, but you could kind of just tell his like Yakuza background in the film or his interest with it. And just his like deadpan style, his like, not aggressiveness, but his character was really fascinating. So I really got into him as like, an artist. And seeing him featured in Yakuza 6 just got me right back into it. And I picked the game up, I put some time in when it first came out. And then I put it down for the same reasons I put down Yakuza 0. It can be a little dry as far as like all of the story and almost overwhelming at points because, even as Chantal was telling me, sometimes it's like you're watching a movie more so than playing a game. But, I got back into it and I really like fell in love and, got ingrained into the combat systems, the upgrades, etc. So I'm going to read you the premise from the back of the box because last time Alex kind of did that for me for Wario's Wood, so I don't want him to have to do that again. It starts with, how far would you go for family? Kazuma Kiryu returns from prison to a mystery surrounding his ward, Haruka, devastated to find her comatose following an accident. He is at a complete loss to discover ... her son. In search of answers, Kiryu sets off to Onomichi in Hiroshima, where he finds himself embroiled in a Yakuza conflict that has lain dormant for decades. Some might call it the secret of Onomichi. They say that like 100 times in the story, so I just thought that was worth saying. It's not as interesting, I think, as Yakuza 0 with my time with that, because like I know in that game you took like the fall for another Yakuza leader and you kind of have to work your way out of prison. This is more so like it's like not a murder, but like a coma mystery detective game, and then like as you figure things out, you become ingrained into this Yakuza family in Hiroshima, which is kind of interesting because most of your time you spend in Tokyo in the other games, and it's in a little area called Kamurocho, which you also go back to in Yakuza 6. So there's like some, equal divide about where you get to explore. Some have called the Yakuza series like the Japanese Grand Theft Auto. I couldn't disagree more. I think there's more of an emphasis on, narrative and sub-stories. I didn't find the sub-stories in Yakuza 6 as interesting, but the main story really developed and got me into it. Like, I kept wanting to know what happened next. You get a baby, like, by chapter 3. His name's Haruto. And there's a lot of funny moments in the story with Haruto, and, you kind of, like, adventure with him. There's points at which you're, like, fighting enemies, and Haruto's, like on your chest or something, and then, like, you have to, like, fight without letting Haruto, like, walk away. And you have to like find out who's the father. The girl is an idol at your like little island resort, so you obviously want to see her wake back up, and just seeing how things develop. Spencer said that Knights of the Old Republic had one of the greatest plot twists. I think this one has many plot twists that keep you on your toes, and that's all the way to the end of the game. And I would even be excited to replay it with the New Game Plus that they offer. They offer some cool options where you could either just go back into the city after you finish the story without having to do any story, or you could replay the game with all your upgrades and just change your difficulty.
That's awesome. I've always wanted to play the Yakuza series.
Well, I've been playing Kiwami, so I've been getting into it as well, and I'm like, it's interesting because I'm trying to like go in some sort of order. Like, I guess technically I should start with 0 then, but I want to start with the first like game. But like how hard was it to follow the plot not playing the other like games?
Oh no, it's like an episode in the storyline, because I played this thing from the first game. 0 is technically like the prequel to the last game. At this point, you see Kazuma is getting like he's getting wrinkles. He's getting like not gray hairs, but he's not like old. He's not like old man. He's still fighting. He's big and Yakuza member, ex Yakuza or whatever. But I follow this one pretty closely. I do have to say though that it is a lot of story, so I find it a bit overwhelming. Reading the subtitles in order to understand it, because I don't process a lot of what's going on, and sometimes I just get tired. I'll like turn my head down and like miss a line, and like, shit, what did I miss? Fortunately, they do recaps of some of like the cutscenes, so you could just go back to the main menu and watch them if you ever get lost, if you ever want to put it down for a while. So I did that. I put it down and then I got back into it, and I love the experience so much that I picked back off where I left off in Yakuza 0. I'm really determined to finish that one and even just get back into the series as a whole.
Well, that big remaster collection just came out too, with like 2, 3. Well, sorry, no, 3, 4, and 5, right? Mm-hmm. So, hey,
like a PS3 case for 5 for some reason for a PS4 game. But I do want to say too. Sorry, Spencer. You could talk if you want.
I just want to know, how long does it take to beat?
I put in like 22 hours, I think, and then
that's not bad
I saw
at all.
the credits. Yeah. So, but again, I think Spencer, you say like with Super Mario Odyssey or games like that, you just kind of like rush through. You can't wait to get to the end. I feel like that will be you with Yakuza. I think you'd have to try it to see like if that happens. You really need a lot of patience.
Mm. Yeah, I found that with Kiwami, and there's a lot of distractions too as you're playing. like I always find myself when I'm playing Kiwami, like while I walk around Tokyo, I'm like, oh, what is this over here? What is this thing? Oh, there's this thing I could do. What does this thing need? This? I'm like, ugh. And then I'm like, wait, where's the main story again? I forgot what I was doing.
You do always have the marker on your map, but I agree with Alex that there's a lot of sub stories that just interject their way into the plot. You have like this little beeper, like this game you use an iPhone or something like it. It's like a little Motorola, I guess, with apps. And there's this one thing called, I forget what it's called, Distractor or something. I don't know. But I never answer it, because it's just annoying. It's just like I'm about to save this baby. What do I need to like, get, start like fighting crime in the main streets for?
Yeah.
I think if you were to play it, Spencer, I would say go for the main story. I should say though, it's very interesting playing this and then looking back at Zero, because this one has a lot of perfection over things like camera control and even they all look great on the modern TV, but this one looks exceptional. They use like real facial modeling, and some of the cutscenes are just breathtaking.
I was going to ask, how has the series, and I don't know if you know the answer, but how has the series evolved since like 1, if I were to go back and consider playing the, 1, 2,
Play
3.
Kiwami and Kiwami 2, because they're like the updated versions of 1 and 2.
Unfortunately, with the PS4, they're all remasters. They all look great.
Yeah, so you can play the whole series now. Yeah.
Yeah, but like gameplay wise, do they keep up or?
Oh yeah, the fighting styles are similar enough that you won't feel, too out of place. Even if you go from like 6 to 0, I recognize a lot of the fighting styles that Kiryu has in Zero. Which is interesting because in 0 there's like 3 fighting styles. In 6 there's 1, but you get like this heat ability, and it makes like all of your combat scenes really flashy. Like you can go into extreme heat mode and then suddenly start like swinging guys into like like their surroundings or like just pummeling them. And it looks like this game is like it's almost masterful in its depiction of like those combat scenes, that gore, etc. It really looks good. Versus in 0, you could tell it's a little, I don't want to say rougher, but it's not as impressive. The only thing I wasn't as impressed with is things like some of the sub stories. I wasn't even interested to look into them. I think maybe part of that's because the main story was compelling enough, which is awesome. But I'm in going back and playing 0. It's almost like I'm really interested in the sub stories. So it's a picking point I want to ponder on in days to come.
Ooh.
Yeah, they added that same like heat thing and Kiwami, and it makes it really fun to like pick up like a bike or something and smash it to get somebody. That is an interesting talking point though, because in 7 they're gonna do a turn-based game.
Dude, I'm excited.
I don't see. I'm like the opposite. I'm like, why would they go like now they've gone like, if you're counting 0 and like the remix stuff, it's like 8 or 9 games of doing like this beat 'em up style. Not counting Dead Souls, we don't count that one.
If I could comment on it as somebody who's just finished, my first Yakuza game, originally I was excited for the premise of it being turn-based. Now, it's not that I'm not excited, but I'm almost skeptical because I can see why fans of the series will be disappointed. It's just that what they have going for those mainline games works. It works really well. And, Yakuza 6 is a standout title. They have room to keep the series going. They shouldn't make a mainline game something so far from its origins. I think that's almost doing it a disservice. So I have to wait and see. I'm still interested in it. I would play it. I would pick it up. I would put it on the shelf, give it a try. But I would say give it a different title.
Yeah, I'd say like like they did Dead Souls, which I have Dead Souls and I've played it. And it's a zombie shooter. It's not Yakuza, but it's fun. But if they called that like Yakuza 4 or 5, like I could have seen people getting really upset. Because that's not what the series is. But once again, I'll have to see how 7 turns out.
Future Game Talk.
Future Game Talk.
Let's just hope my next Game Talks don't go
Spencer
into like Yakuza 0 through 5.
Spencer, you don't like Sega?
Yeah, that's true. It is a Sega game, but technically, I mean, it's like one company, right? That just makes Yakuza games.
Yeah, but there's like other Sega, like you can play Sega games in like some of them, and you can like, I know in Kiwami you can like play a little crane game and get like monkey ball toys and stuff.
Oh, cool!
And there's also really wacky humor throughout the series too. Like,
okay.
This one's a bit light on the things you could do outside of it, but Chantal was watching me play Yakuza 0 before, and I was doing micro machines or something. It's pocket circuit racing. It was so much fun, just like spending half an hour like customizing cars and racing.
Yeah, they always add little stuff you can do just for no reason. I don't know. I guess just take a break.
I haven't played Kiwami, so I can't comment on it. But Spencer, if I were you, I would start with 0 and see how you feel about it. The games are cheap enough, so.
Yeah, I see them all the time for nothing, and everybody loves them. Like literally, no, I've never heard anybody say anything bad about them. And some people are just like go crazy whenever a new one comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm also trying to get into them. So who knows? Maybe one day we'll do an all Yakuza episode.
That'd be fun. We could do a discourse.
Yeah, do a map out.
Play them
0 through 7.
Yeah.
Yakuza 0 is a game. It was remastered for the PS4 in 2017. Did you know
Did you know?
that
you know?
Sega has helped remaster the Yakuza series? I'm done. Okay, that's my game time. All right,
like-
so that was Yakuza 6.
It's like Shenmue.
Shenmue's like the beta. I don't think.
Yeah, I
I'd go
know.
back to Shenmue.
It's kind of Shenmue-ish, but yeah, I haven't played Shenmue 3 or whatever. And
Shenmue's boring.
shut up,
Okay.
Spencer. Shut up, Spencer.
Oh man.
I don't want to hear it.
Oh.
How dare you?
It is a little boring, but I still appreciate.
How
it.
dare you, Teddy?
Hey, dude, I've tried that thing 3 times. And every single time I put that game down. At least with Yakuza, I could like pick back up, but
I love Shenmue.
I'm still fighting through Shenmue. I don't know if it's gonna happen.
Do you want to play a game of Lucky Hit?
Is that the game talk question?
As long as it's not Shenmue, that's what I'll play anything.
All right.
Jeez.
Well, moving on.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yay!
Yay!
Yay! Babe's turn.
Yeah, I haven't played many games. I haven't cleared many games except for the first Doc Hat game, which I cleared back in high school. So this is like, oh, by the way, I'm playing Ni no Kuni too. This is the first game I've really gotten into for a while now, and I'm super excited about it. It's a lot of fun. Ted has introduced a lot of games to me before, but I never really got my teeth into any of them. So I think maybe RPGs is the way to go. Yeah. I don't know, just like do a breakdown.
Yeah, sure.
Of what I'm doing.
Like what got you into this one maybe over some of the other games?
I think first of all, because of the character design, it looks like it's based off of like Ghibli. It's very similar to Ghibli, so that got me really interested in it. And in the beginning, I think I just liked basically the environment, the world that they were in, and that really piqued my interest. And then I actually really like fighting and battles as well, and I got into that pretty quickly, so I think that's what really got me into it as well. Yeah, so the main character is this like half animal boy called Evan. He has cat ears and a lion tail, so I'm assuming he's part lion. We don't know, but he's super cute and super strong. He's the person I really like fighting with the most. And he was a prince. I don't know. Am I supposed to tell the story? I don't want to make any spoilers.
No, I think a good thing you could do though is like just maybe, tell us how it starts off.
How it starts off? Yeah, this guy, you're playing the game and you see like this older guy in like his 40s or whatever. He's in a car and he clearly looks like an important person, and his driver calls him Mr. President, and all of a sudden out of nowhere, they're driving on a bridge and it just gets an attack and it explodes. And the next thing you see, this old guy is in a different world, but he's much younger, and he ends up being in the castle where Evan is. And then this happens and that happens, and they end up pretty much just traveling and adventuring together. That's how it goes.
You're doing great.
I've always I was gonna say I've always noticed the art style. It
Yeah.
is very it is very Studio Ghibli, and I've always wanted to play the first one. I saw that one like years ago, and I've seen it like it got remastered like recently. I love the art
Nice.
style.
Yeah, me too. My coworker actually played the first one, and he was really excited about it. So he had a lot of positive things to say. I think he played it on the DS, and he was saying that it comes like with little spell book, and you could draw on the DS to like cast the spells, and that was really fun for him. So because of his positive feedback, I was like, oh, Ni no Kuni 2, let me try that out. And apparently it's a prequel also, so after I clear this one, I plan on playing the first one as well.
I know, like, especially having watched you play it, there's a lot of, like,
yeah, there's
everything.
so much. Like I said before, I don't really have that many experience with games, but it seems like there's like an overwhelming amount of games within the game of Ni no Kuni. So you have like the basic adventuring and then defeating monsters and leveling up and like I guess following the main story, but then also within that eventually you have to like manage a kingdom and you have to level up that kingdom, and you also like have to gather people to be citizens of your kingdom, and then you eventually have an army, and then you take that army and you do skirmishes with like monsters in different countries, and you also have a ship at one point and you're sailing, and then you have an airship at one point and then you're air sailing, I suppose. There's like dungeons you have to clear, which is like a side quest which is a huge side quest because there's like 9 of them you have to clear, and they're super hard. I've died many times trying to clear one. I'm not there quite yet, but yeah, I feel like it keeps me very entertained because there's so many things to do. It's a lot of fun.
But also, like, on the flip side, you're like 30 hours in and they're still giving you tutorials.
Every 5 hours. I swear, every 5 hours a tutorial pops up for something that you haven't done before. And I'm like, okay, well, when is this going to end? When can I get, to just continue on? But there's always a surprise. Like the sailing and the air sailing, those all came separately at, like hours apart. So you think that you know everything and then you kind of don't, which keeps you on your toes, I think.
Yeah, I think it's cool because it does spice it up in a way where it's like it's not like a boring, however many hour adventure.
Yeah.
So it's cool for that.
I had no idea that they made a Ni no Kuni for the DS.
It's in Japan only.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But it is in like this cool art book.
I didn't know that
edition.
either. Yeah.
I looked it up. I'm like, holy crap, there it is. Look at that. That's awesome.
What are the battle mechanics like? How do you battle?
She's saying you like you draw these spells with the touch.
No, I mean in
Which-
the second one.
you
I mean
mean
in
in
the second
2,
one.
right?
Yeah, in 2.
Yeah, so you have a party, and then it's a 3-person party, and I don't know if you can switch out between the party or if I just didn't learn how to do that yet, but maybe you do have the option. And then basically if you just use skills and stuff. I don't know how to describe it really, but each character kind of have their own specialty, whether they're long range or they use like magic or they use like swords or something like that.
Okay, so there's like character classes then.
Yeah, and then like if you die, then you just take over. You use a character from someone in your party who's still alive, essentially.
Yeah, I played this one for a while. I stopped when it with the kingdom. You have to hit certain metrics before you can progress in the story.
Before you can level up, yeah, which is kind of a lot.
I stopped playing because of that.
Oh, really?
I was playing God of War.
Dad of War.
As you keep saying. And I was going through that, and it became like a toss-up of if I need to finish God of War, keep playing this one. And I was playing that, and it was like, oh, you have to get your kingdom up to like level 30. I can't remember what it was or anything, but you have to get your kingdom up to a certain point, and I wasn't really close. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'm playing God of War then. So I did that and never went back, which is unfortunate because the gameplay is really good. I think the combat reminds me of like a Tales of game.
Yeah, that's fair.
But a little bit more fluid. And I like it way better than a Tales game because I'm not a huge Tales fan. The combat's great. I did play the first Ni no Kuni, and I think the combat is way better in the second one.
It's cool because most games when you have like party members that are like doing their own thing, I feel like the default is like they're not helpful, but like in watching you play, it seems like they've been like instrumental in helping you, but they also have like their own their own thing going on.
Yeah.
Do you like have any thoughts on like how well your teammates battle with you?
So if you have someone in your party who's a lot higher of a level than you are, which as you progress in the story, I guess you're supposed to be at a certain level because the people who end up being an option to add to your party are at like a 42 and you're at like a 35, and it's like, oh, maybe I should have been at level 42 before I started this arc. But yeah, I feel like when you have someone like that in your party, it's a lot easier to do, except when you're fighting like the bosses. I remember I was like at level 39 or something, and I was fighting like a level 51 boss, and I died like probably 20 times. I couldn't defeat the thing, and I think what really annoyed me is that the people in my party kind of just did their own thing, but they kept dying. Like, they don't follow you. I don't know if that's something that's like normal, but I felt like if they just kind of followed what I was doing, they wouldn't have died as quickly. But I don't know. I saw that when my HP was like down by half, then all of a sudden my party members are also starting to like their HP starts to deplete, so I really had to kind of make sure that my HP was high, otherwise they would be dropping like flies, and I was on my own.
I have to say, I watched her take on this boss like 10 times. She was so determined. She was like a level 38, and the boss, its name is in red. It's like a level 55 or something. And I'm just like, babe, just go back and like go back to your save point and just go buy some more potions and go grind. She's like, no, I'm going to do it. And so she really like, she worked hard for taking down that boss, and watching her do it was like a big moment. So I was really proud of her for that.
Thanks. It was a big moment for me too. I have to say, I had like no potions, so.
So you're not grinding?
I grinded like once in the beginning, and I was like, oh, I got a great head start, so I don't need to grind anymore. But
I can't do that. I'm currently playing Dragon Quest 11, and whenever I play an RPG like that, I have to grind. I'm like, I always feel like I'm not at the level I should be, so I'm always like, I need to grind, and like, hey, look, there's a town I have to go to. I better grind for like 1 hour before I get there, like so. That's just the way I play.
That was a smart decision. I've learned that the hard way, gotta say.
But good for you for fighting that crazy guy. Taking him down like with just skill, I guess.
Yeah, I was really excited once he died, man. I was like, woo! My whole evening went to that.
from morning till night, it was an adventure.
It's impressive.
Any last thoughts about Ni no Kuni 2?
Oh, no. I mean, it's awesome. I just can't wait to clear it. I've been playing for like 26 hours now, and I'm not done. I don't know when I'm going to finish, but...
Maybe after I play Dragon Quest 11 and Persona 5, I can play it.
You said that you think RPGs might be the way to go. Are there any other RPGs that you're thinking of?
Oh, yeah. It's a good question.
Not really. I think I'm just so focused on this because I know I really like this a lot. Maybe after I do this, I'll explore other games. But like I said before, Dot Hack, I'm pretty sure that's an RPG. That's the only other game that I've cleared before. So I think that's just what I like.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, Teddy and I, we're RPG nuts. I don't know what Alex is. He's like a Sonic fan or something. Whatever. But... yeah, Teddy and I love RPGs, so if you ever need a recommendation, I'm sure he's got 50,
I've played some RPGs. I like Final Fantasy.
Oh, yeah. I like the movie.
You guys have any questions for Chantal?
No, I think she covered it.
Yeah. I'm excited to give that game a try whenever I finish my 120 hours worth of RPGs to play. Already.
Hopefully, I'll be finished by then, and then we can talk about it.
She makes me want to get the Ni no Kuni re-release.
Yeah, me too. But I have to focus. I'm playing Dragon Quest 11. Then I have Persona 5 on my plate. I have to focus.
There you go. And then
do you watch
Paper
anime?
Mario,
are you like an anime person?
Oh, that's a good
Me?
question too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what I spend most of my time.
She obviously likes Ghibli. Ghibli.
Yeah.
I love Ghibli. I love anime and comics.
Did you ever see Teddy playing Persona 5?
I haven't actually. No.
It's been like 2 years since I finished that game, maybe more, 3. So
yeah,
that was a game I played for 3 months, just like her. I focused on it, and that was all I played. I remember that was a big thing for me. That, Alex, I know you said 120. If you're playing both, you're over
I know.
200,
I was just making a joke. I was just making a joke.
But he said 1 hour a day. Oh my god.
Well, my plan is to just get through Dragon Quest 11, which hasn't left my PS4 since I got it. By the way, it's been spinning in there ever since, and then finish that, and then hop on over to Persona 5. That's my plan.
Gotcha.
All right, cool. Good job, babe.
Thanks.
So we've talked about all these games with great stories:
Yeah.
Star Wars, Yakuza 6, Ni no Kuni 2. Well,
What's left?
guys and ladies, I have a story here for you that you cannot fathom. This is I played Mario and Sonic at the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games.
Oh, boy, I can't wait to hear the story behind that one.
There's a story mode.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
You don't have to patronize.
I beat it the other night. Yeah. So, Mario and Sonic get sucked into an old school video game, and that's the plot.
I see.
So you have to go through playing retro inspired, like old school looking Olympic events as Mario and Sonic, while Tails and Luigi are trying to get them out of the game, and and they're playing like the more modern events with the more modern gameplay, and it kind of goes back and forth for like 20 chapters, and nothing happens. I got to see.
How do you get out?
I forget what they have to like.
Spoiler alert.
They have to. Spoiler alert for this amazing,
Alert.
this grand plot. They have to collect all the Olympic gold medals in the game in order to get out.
Okay.
That's the plot. I got to see Donkey Kong surf, and that's
Do they
all. I
have
need.
Funky?
Yeah. No Funky. Diddy's in there though. He plays rugby.
I'm sorry, something's wrong if you have surfing.
Yeah, you have a surfing
And Donkey
mini
Kong,
game
but
and no
no
Funky. Yeah.
But surfing's not an Olympic sport, is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, there's also
surfing?
skateboarding. The skateboarding event is my favorite because it plays like
Wait,
a
skateboarding's not an Olympic sport either, is it?
I think it is.
Isn't
Yeah,
that like
no, I've
X
seen
Games?
it's. Well, I know snowboarding is like a Winter Olympic thing.
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
winter one.
Yeah, it is.
I could try to like
Surfing
list
is, for sure.
list the events up top of my head.
I was actually gonna pull them up. Do you mind?
Oh.
Do you have them?
No, but I can try to do it from memory. But you can go ahead and do it.
It's gonna take me a minute. Just keep talking.
Okay. I've played all the other entries in the series. This is like the 6th one. Yeah. No. Yes, it is. It is the 6th one. They've made 6 of these things now, where Mario and Sonic go to the Olympics for some reason. One thing I noticed while I was playing the story mode is that you get like trivia cards, and some of them have like trivia about the Olympics, and then other ones have trivia about like the Mario and Sonic characters. And they were cracking me up because like the Sonic ones, like I'll get one and it's like Shadow the Hedgehog. He was an unknown life form born upon the space colony known as the Ark. His past is unknown. I'm like, oh, so deep and mysterious. And then like, then I got the one for Yoshi and it was like his favorite fruit is melons. I was like, man, they really had nothing to work with the Mario characters. Like,
You're right. I did not know that. Surfing and skateboarding are Olympic sports. I didn't know that.
you learned something today with Mario
learned
and
something.
Sonic at the Olympics, okay?
What an interesting thing. I had no clue.
So it's a bit hard pulling up like a full list of this, just mid-game talk. But I did see that the game features a variety of events, returning ones such as boxing, soccer, swimming, gymnastics, and new ones including karate, skateboarding, sport climbing, and surfing.
Sport climbing, like just climbing, like mountain climbing.
Oh,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah. It's like rock climbing, like the big rock wall.
climbing.
Yeah.
How many are hits and how many are stinkers?
There's actually a lot more to enjoy here than to not. I think the only ones I don't enjoy are like the ones that are mainly focused on like combat, like the karate, fencing, and there's one that's is it Taekwondo? I don't really like those that much because they're not really that skill based. It's kind of just like whoever attacks first wins. But the rest of them I think are pretty solid. Some of them are short, like the 100 meters and stuff like that. They're just like run to the end of the thing. But like the surfing, the archery, the sports climbing, the equestrian stuff, like they're all really fun. And I've actually found this playing with like family and friends. It's a fun title to return to, especially the retro games too, because they're really like they're kind of like their own little segment segment of the menu, and like they're all like themed like they're in like an old Nintendo game.
When you said that it's a fun title to return to, I thought you were going to say it's a fun title to return to the store.
Wow, Spencer. You know, this came out the same month as Pokemon, and I chose this over Pokemon that month.
Wow.
Yeah.
But you ended up getting Pokemon anyway.
Yeah, later on, but you know,
I see there might have been some regret.
one thing I enjoyed was that the story mode had a lot of really like obscure characters, especially on the Sonic side. Like characters that only appeared in like 1 or 2 games make appearances in the story mode, which is really neat for me.
Who's surprised?
Eggman Nega. Do you know who the hell that is?
No.
Exactly. Do you know who Zaz is?
Nega.
Do you know who Jet the Hawk is?
He's a hawk.
Like these characters that
Sorry,
like
Alex.
nobody knows but
Can't say
me.
it, too.
You know, this is for me. This is tailor made for me. I'm like, oh man.
Was the cat the big?
No,
big?
we know he's too big for the Olympics. They can't let him in.
Shot
He
put.
could do the weightlifting one.
Yeah.
Oh well, there's no weightlifting
Versus
one.
Wario. Yeah.
Well,
Anyway. You said family and friends. Is this a good party game?
yes and no. Yes, it is. No, I think the other games did the party modes better. This game focused a lot on its story mode, and by doing that, it cut out a lot of the other modes that the other games had. I think the story mode was fun. Don't get me wrong. It was kind of fun to go through and see the stupid story and play through the different events. But like they didn't have any other types of modes besides like multiple local multiplayer, just like playing the random games. Like there wasn't like a party mode where you get like to make an assortment of games. There wasn't like anything like that, like a challenge mode. It was just like local play, story mode. That's all you had. So that was kind of a disappointment.
How characteristic is this of Tokyo?
Oh yeah, you do get a map of Tokyo, and it's really cool. Between the different missions in the story mode, you get to actually visit some of the other like famous Tokyo locations, which I can't name off top of my head. But you get you get to go there. Like what's the Shibuya like downtown area? Is that what I'm thinking of? It's like the famous like crosswalk and stuff.
Yeah, the cross.
You get to go there, and there's like a few other locations you had to visit during the story mode. It was kind of cool.
Cool. That sounds fun.
So, Spencer, this is the game for you.
Yeah, it seems like.
You don't have to use motion controls. You can use buttons, and that's awesome. The old games, you can still use motion controls if you want to, but the old games like on the Wii and stuff made you like waggle your arms really fast to run. This I can just mash a button if I want to. I don't have to waggle my arms like a crazy person.
Does it still use the Joy-Cons in interesting ways? I know Super Mario Party does.
Yeah. If you play with the Joy-Con controls, you can do like the archery and like pull back and stuff and like aim it like that and stuff like that.
Cool.
But you
Yeah.
can also just play with the buttons. So if you want to play archery,
okay.
you can also just aim with the sticks.
Nice.
Yeah. So it kind of gives you the option for people that don't like motion controls. I don't know. It's a fun game. It's better than it has any right to be, but I also still question its existence.
So I have a last question.
Okay. Last question ever.
Between Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, who would win?
Ooh. You know, I'm gonna have to give it to my boy Sonic.
Oh.
Well, Sonic runs super fast.
Yeah, Mario's
That's
a
true.
fat, pudgy like plumber. Like what?
He
do
might
you-
win the long jump.
Maybe, yeah. You got a good point
Yeah.
there.
You can do that.
But
Spencer?
you know, they break up the characters by classes sometimes in these games, and for some reason they always put Yoshi along with Sonic in speed. So I take it Yoshi's as fast as Sonic. That's what they're trying to tell me.
What?
Similar shoes.
I've always seen Yoshi as more of the chill type,
Wow.
enjoying
Yoshi and chill?
melons,
Yeah.
His favorite.
while Shadow is one tough Hedgehog.
Went up, baby. Yeah, no, those trivia cards were killing me. It was like it was like DK's initials are on his tie, and it was like Silver's a hedgehog from a post-apocalyptic future that came back in time, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
Sega really raised the bar on that one.
I play as Metal Sonic, just so you all know.
Cool.
Oh, cool. Let me notate that. I'm writing that down. This is Metal Sonic. Okay, I'm gonna remember that for next time that ever comes up.
Okay. Knowing me, it will. Spencer, I'm trying to stay positive this episode, and you're really dragging me down.
You set yourself up on this one.
Listen, I was gonna do Earth Defense Force Iron Rain, but I didn't play enough of it. Okay, I was busy playing Dragon Quest and working.
Respect it. At least there's half Mario, right, Spencer?
There's a little Mario in it. I respect that.
Yeah.
If it was just Sonic at the Olympic Games,
Spencer,
would just,
Spencer, imagine this:
I don't know.
you could play karate and boxing and all these games as a Mario character, and you can beat the crap out of Sonic.
Yeah. I guess that's
Have you thought about this? I mean, this is really the game for you.
I think it's a plus, Spencer. It's your chance.
I'll give it a shot.
It'd be a nice button mapper cameo or feature to, like Spencer beats the living crap out of Sonic in boxing.
No, just Spencer beats the living crap out of Sonic. That's the video title.
Yeah.
It'd be a good April Fool's. I don't know.
Alex, is it worth it?
It's not worth the $60. It's worth about 30.
Okay.
All right.
That's worth knowing.
Yeah.
I think so.
Well, some games may not be worth it. The knowledge always will. I tried to be like Spencer. Plus, it's got
Bitchin' sound.
a soundtrack. I don't know if it's bitching or not.
It's okay.
I can't speak to that.
It sounds like the same thing they've done for the last 5 games.
There you have it. Very festive. Very 2020.
Yeah, man. Go to the.
Do you have to battle the coronavirus?
They don't have that event yet.
Maybe there'll be patches.
Yeah.
Later.
Yeah, you're like running away from it.
Yeah.
They could have Dr. Mario as a new character.
Well, they already have
Yoshi
Dr.
just-
Eggman, so.
I just imagine Yoshi just go like, I don't feel so good. just kind of like run
Oh,
as fast as you can away
you know
from it.
what was weird in the story mode? Whenever Yoshi or DK talk, they still say like their nonsensical noises, like DK goes ooh ooh, but it has subtitles, so you can read what he's actually saying. It's like, hey yo guys, what's up? And I was like,
How does Yoshi talk?
Yoshi, right? And he goes like blah, and it's like that. Yeah. He just makes noises.
What does Toad say?
Hello. Right.
Very Toad.
Yeah.
Toad's awesome. He's my favorite.
Yeah.
How about
me too.
Daisy?
Hi, I'm Daisy.
She does. She drops a high Daisy.
You can play as Vector the Crocodile.
I don't know if I want to know what he says.
I don't know either. Spencer.
I'm just proud of us. We hit an amazing milestone with this podcast.
What's
I don't know
that?
if you guys noticed.
What?
We did not ever reference
Clue
2
Land?
games. Oh, see, I wasn't even gonna mention it, and you just started it.
Someone say,
We haven't mentioned 1 game.
Someone say I called him.
Yeah.
Columns?
Yeah, what did you call him? What did you say about columns?
We did
Yeah.
mention Cheese Land, though, I think.
That's prior.
Oh, okay. Well, shit.
So now we did. Yeah, now we mentioned all of them. I'm sorry I brought it up.
You could have made this podcast pure.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
didn't say
Left it
anything,
like
it
a
wouldn't have
note.
happened. Yeah.
But now you can't. There's no takebacks.
That's true. I apologize. I'm sorry.
Once in Clue Land, Spencer.
What's in Clue Land?
Once in Clue Land. I don't know.
Never go back.
Yeah, there's no return.
No return from Clue Land.
Yeah.
I never played Clue Land. I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about when you talk about Clue Land.
Don't play it.
If one could play Clue Land, I would say I did, but I didn't.
Yeah, if you could actually play it, I would tell you what it's about. But God.
It's unplayable?
Oh god. I think after you
might.
play Clue Land, Spencer, you have a newfound appreciation for Sonic.
It's probably better. Probably better than Sonic.
I think Columns would make a great mini-game addition to
With
the
that,
2020 Olympics.
With that, I want to thank Spencer for his last appearance on the show ever. Thanks, Sync, for making noises.
You finally heard it.
I've heard it
You
the
heard
whole
the
time.
Has it
Okay.
been going off the whole show? I didn't notice.
I'm just too polite to say anything.
That's our sync.
Our angry saying.
Yep.
Thanks for coming on, Chantal. It was fun.
Thanks for having me. Had a lot of fun.
You're going to be replacing Spencer soon if he keeps talking the way he's talking.
Yeah. Spencer, you didn't know I'm actually here to replace you.
Oh, all right. Well, we had a good run, guys. I'm going to be replaced by anybody. I'm glad.
Spencer, I still love you. You're amazing.
It's all love here.
Here on the Button Mappers.
This just so my only problem is Alex. Oh, thank God! I
think
thought I was
you
in
two
trouble
need to
for a
work your
second.
shit out.
Literally, nobody likes Alex. You look at the comments. I think we're gonna be
Wow.
okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? In the comments, are you team Alex or team Spencer? What are you doing? One of us.
Team Chantal, vote for me.
Oh, that's not fair.
Chantal's in every butt mapper video.
I
She
am.
is.
I've been there from the beginning, guys.
Can you do it? Can you do that thing?
Well,
Say-
I
say
was
the-
I was actually going to ask her to play us out. We're not going to actually put the clip in it this time. We're going to have her say it because she's here.
Yeah.
What if we all say it together? On 3.
I forgot how it went. Hold on, it
You know how
went.
it goes?
I
You remember?
forgot how it went.
Okay.
Make sure to subscribe to them
Okay.
button map.
No, it's
Okay.
hey y'all. Don't forget.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait, are we
So,
doing it?
are we all gonna do it?
I don't know. That might be a clusterfuck of noise.
I think it'd be amazing.
Okay, we can try.
We gotta time it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So 3,
2,
2. Spencer, come on.
Oh, 2.
1.
Hey, y'all.
Don't
forget
forget
to
to
subscribe
subscribe
to
to
the
the
Button
Button
Mappers.
Mappers.
Yeehaw!
Very good.
That's awesome.
I threw a little yeehaw in there. That was me. I yeehaw because I'm from Kentucky. Because I'm actually in Kentucky right now. So
He's from the South.
from the South. You're also from the South, Spencer.
Oh, I'm not from the same South though. I'm from the cool South.
You're from the desert.
Yeah.
There you go. I have family in Florida, so I think I trump everybody. Yeehaw.
Are we not recording anymore?
Oh, yeah. Well, hold on. I should probably stop mine then.
Hey y'all, don't forget to subscribe to them Button Mappers.